Take the exit. Turn right into the drive-thru.
Nope, I'm making dinner tonight.
You don't have time. Josh has practice.
Oh, that's right. I'll just get a salad.
And fries?
No, just the salad.
But salad cancels fries.
Salad only.
Fries.
Salad.
Fries.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. The affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on the road to successful weight loss.
Hey, can I get the...
Fries.
Salad. Sorry.
Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
Emotionally unavailable.
Oh my goodness, guys. Okay. I wasn't feeling like super inspired to do a solo episode. I don't think I put one out at all last week because last week was rough. Actually, I really don't. I took a nap earlier, so my brain is not working. But I don't remember when I've put out solo episodes, to be honest. Anyway, I'm recovering from some god awful virus or plague or whatever. So talking makes me short of breath. It's super fun. Anyway, I recorded on someone else's show today, and I was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. And I just sounded like shit. So, okay, first of all, I didn't feel inspired, like, so ready to talk about stuff. But I mean, I have a few things to say, but like, I did feel led to. So I'm gonna do it. First, I want to laugh. I don't know if you guys have seen that clip of that I posted from my interview with Keegan about empathizing with Lisa Marie Presley. I think I said that on a solo episode with you guys once, but anyway, that clip is fucking getting so much attention, so it's making me laugh. Like I've not had a lot of views on TikTok ever since the ones that I have pinned at the top of my profile. There's over 7,000 views last time I checked, and I think I'm close to 7,000 on Instagram now. So that makes me laugh. But just so you know, the way algorithms work is like if you want to support me, commenting on clips and liking them gives me so much of a boost on, like, it will push it out to even more comments, especially. It pushes you way further, especially my profile right now because of all the attention that it got with the Jake stuff in those early solo episodes. It's like primed for views. If a video of mine gets comments, like boom, it just starts spreading like wildfire. Like I haven't had like a viral moment or whatever, but I did have one before Jake died that did pretty well. And so I think that was like why the Jake post did so well. I don't know. I'm now like already wearing out because of my chest congestion and talking. So I'm not going to talk about stuff that doesn't matter because I'm like tired. So anyway, I'm laughing. It's brought me great joy over the last couple of days to watch how much that clip is spread because I almost didn't include it, but I thought it was funny to like some things about the weird shit you think are funny. And so I don't know. I think it's hilarious that I said it. I'm glad I posted a clip of it. That's that. So not this past week, but the week before, I was in such a dark place. Like, I don't remember if I did a solo episode that week, but it was very dark. I was on my period, so I know that that contributed, but it was so bad. And I think so much of it was such this feeling of isolation and aloneness, which did not make sense to me. I was trying so hard to make sense of it. And I just couldn't. Like there just was no way to make sense of what I was feeling. And so many moments of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I will be able to do this for like, how old am I? 45? If maybe 40 more years, like every day for 40 more years. Like, it was really bad. I think I was more inclined to lean into those thoughts than I have been in the past. But I also think it was good for me because it brought up a lot of fear in me. And I think it's good to learn how to alchemize fear like that. And so I got through the week. And then this past week, I started out a little bit afraid because it was such a sudden shift in, like, very connected to my grief and it being so raw and so near me to all of a sudden very disconnected, and, I can't even really describe it, like, it was literally, like I think I'm just now kinda coming out of it a little bit, but I'm still fairly disconnected from it, but, it wasn't just like, "Oh, I can sense a level of denial in my brain about losing Jake." It was almost like this level of denial about ever having a child named Jake that I've had these experiences with, like, it was like another person having these memories. I really cannot describe it any better than that, but it's just very disjointed and disconnected, and, memories of him have been fuzzy this week. As the week's gone on, I have gotten more intentional about, like, connecting with him specifically, um, but, like, crying hasn't happened very much this week. Um, I don't know, it's been weird. So at first that really scared me because I'm like, "Oh my god, am I avoiding? Am I escaping? What but I think what the week before taught me and then vastly shifting into this week was, like, grief isn't a problem to be solved. And if I'm gonna carry this loss with me for the rest of my fucking life, um, there's gonna be waves, and that's what this looks like, and in real time, this is the waves where, for whatever reason, my nervous system said, "Baby, I'm gonna protect you a little bit this week because that was really hard last week." And, I think that's all it is. I don't think there's anything to be worried about. I think I'm gonna have weeks like that, and that's okay. And, honestly, I just started, like, looking at it as, like, a reprieve from the week before was very, very, very painful, and especially just sitting in that isolated spot, I just felt so unseen and so misunderstood, and none of that made sense, like, because it wasn't anything anyone was doing or not doing, it was literally just a feeling that I was having. Um, so here's what I did. Kind of, let's see, I talked to Angie about this when we recorded last week, so I think the night before, and maybe that's why I started to even feel better, but I went to ChatGPT because, listen, I understand ethically about ChatGPT, so I really do try not to use it that much. I'm not even gonna get into that conversation right now for people who don't know what I mean by that. Um, I try not to use it very much, but when I'm desperate, I use it, so I went to it. I will use it for, helping me outline things because I'm a generator, if you know anything about human design, so I respond to stuff, so I'm not great at initiating all the time. Sometimes I can initiate just from an energy, but anyway, off topic, that's another day. I can't waste breath on that right now. So, I went to ChatGPT and I was like, "Okay, if I'm feeling isolated and alone, how do I need to ask people to show up for me?" Because I really didn't know. I'm not familiar with asking people to show up for me because I held a belief very strongly, very strongly for lots of years that if I was loved and cared about, people would just know how what I needed, which is a little embarrassing, but I mean it is what it is. And so I'm sure that that was a protective factor that I put into place so that I didn't have to ask for help. And so, I just didn't know how to. And so I think that's where I was feeling really stuck in my pain that week was because it was like, well, I don't even know what to ask for. Because, when I talked to my friend about, like people feeling, maybe like afraid to be there for me because they're afraid that I'm gonna be all griefy and it's gonna be heavy and whatever. Um, that makes sense to me, but I was like, "But I don't really need that." Like, I'm not in this super heavy, griefy place when I'm, like, around people that light me up, you know? So, I feel like I'm so fucking off track here. So what I'm saying is that I didn't know what to ask for because I inherently didn't feel like I wanted to, like, or needed to, like, talk to friends. I do still feel like a therapist, or not even just a therapist, but, like, somebody, like, I mean, truly, I'm fitting to just hit up my people who have made offers to me, who are coaches and things like that, and maybe even a Shauna, to work through, a sounding board on a couple things, but, like,
Today, I want to share a book series that truly meets you where you are. Letters to Myself by Jen Taylor, LCSW, is a powerful collection written by a New York based spiritual psychotherapist with over 23 years of experience. Each volume invites you to write your way through trauma, healing, and self compassion, from sexual assault and abuse to bullying and cult recovery. These aren't just books you read, they're books you work with. If you're ready to reflect, release, and reconnect with yourself, search Letters to Myself by Jen Taylor on Amazon today, and I will also have a link in the show notes.
ultimately, I just don't feel like this need to have those conversations about Jake with my friends. I want to feel free to say his name, a memory, things like that without it being awkward, or without it, to be honest, without even hearing like, "Oh, it makes me sad when you bring him up." Because that's your problem. Like, I'm not ready to hear about your sadness because I bring up my kid. That's the truth. Um, but like, if I'm not talking about how sad it is or anything like that, like, come on, I'm allowed to talk about my fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? But, I will say, like, if I'm feeling the need to get it out, I'm just as comfortable getting it out on social media in a post that as I am, like, talking to someone. So the point I'm trying to make, God, I gotta be so long-winded about shit. The point I'm making is that, it really, I don't feel the need to, like, have those conversations with my friends. So I was like, "Then what are you needing?" Because I don't feel the need for people to be like, "How are you?" I do feel I think I would feel a little more held for people to say, uh just reaching out in general probably, like, that would probably, like, talking to me about fucking anything instead of avoiding talking to me because you don't know what to say about Jake, that would feel better. I mean, I'm not holding it against anyone, like, individually. I'm not like, "Oh, yeah, nah, nah, nah," like I was when I woke up pissed at that friend that one day. But yeah, it feels a little better for people to be willing to talk to you instead of avoiding you because 'cause they're afraid you're gonna talk about your dead kid, you know? But so, my God, it's taken me 5 fucking minutes to get to this point. God, why? So, um, I went to ChatGPT and I was like, "What can I ask for? What are things that I can ask for?" Like, I don't even know how to ask for help. I don't know what I need for help. And little Chatty, said, "Well, you can." It's kind of like how I go to nervous system regulation, like, if I'm feeling this, maybe I need a nap, or I need food, or I need a shower, or whatever. So it's kinda that, like, if I am having a really heavy day, asking for presents and, like, a walk, or if I'm just needing, you know, like, some, like, uh companionship, like with my buddies. "Hey, will you go to a coffee shop with me?" Or whatever, like, he gave me a bunch of things to ask for, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so simple, but so much. It means so much," you know? So, I did that, and, I reached out to my friend and I said, "Can we please go for a walk and to a cute coffee shop and get a Danish this weekend?" Because I'm very into like romanticizing my life right now. I don't know what that's about except for that I'm feeling a little like floaty and airy. And so, like, cute coffee mugs like really help. And like a put little press ons. Me and Charlie matched. Um, Finally touched up my roots. Uh, Added to my skincare collection. So that shit does help, you know? And so The funny thing that I thought of the other day, though, was like, and I have told people this so much in my life, so the irony is so funny to me because we really are just one big giant mirror. Something that used to irritate the shit out of me, like even as a child, was like, I remember a very specific example of this. Eating like some Twizzlers and a little childhood friend being like, I love Twizzlers. Twizzlers are really good. Wish I had some Twizzlers. And me being like, if you want Twizzlers, ask for a Twizzler and I'll give you one. But you're hinting and it's getting on my nerves. Oh my God. It's so funny to me because, like, I have done that my whole fucking life. And I could recognize that as, like, immature as a child. But I mean, I was exposed to high levels of hinting, passive aggression, whatever, with my grandma. Like, she, uh, she did this thing, I'm sure I've mentioned this on this show before, but she did this thing where she'd be like, "Oh, this is the problem, da 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 da. Yeah, that problem's awful big, so about that problem," until you'd be like, "Well, I would love to help you with that problem. In fact, it would be no issue for me to please no, grandma, please let me help. Grandma, let me beg you to let me help you, please. I'm so serious." Until, she'd acquiesce and then be like, "Well, I mean, you okay, but you're the one asking to do it." And then if you were to at all, like, mention the frustration levels about, like, "Man, I just did such and such for you," she'd be like, "Well, I didn't ask you to do that. You begged me to do that. I swear to God." Anyway, that's something I hated about her and, something I hated about other kids, and then I fucking turned into that because that's what the isolation and grief has taught me that, like, yes, I'm a human first in this experience, so, like, I'm allowed to be like, "That kinda hurts my feeling." I do wish more people would, like, talk to me, um, 'cause, I don't wanna be a bitch. I don't wanna be a bitch. Should I say it? Should I say it? Maybe next time. Anyway, so, I do wish that. I wish I didn't feel like people were avoiding me because they're just, like, afraid I'm gonna talk about Jake. So, yes, I wish that, and at the same time, I'm understanding of the human experience, okay? I've been this person too. Like, I've avoided people, it's okay. But I'm also allowed for it to hurt my feelings, so no one needs to feel bad about it. I'm not, like, dwelling on it. I'm just talking about it because it's part of this grief journey, and I'm trying to talk more, in real time instead of in hindsight. So, yeah, I do wish that. But, also, it felt so good to hang out with my friend this weekend, like, so good, so fucking good. Um, like, it was everything I needed, Like, I just needed out of my house. I didn't really get to walk because whatever, little pneumonia shit or something. I don't have pneumonia, I'm not gonna claim that, but that's what it feels like, sort of. Ugh, crybaby. Okay. So, I am very congested and I'm having a hard time breathing while talking, so you can imagine how walking would feel and all the allergens in Oklahoma. But it was beautiful. Like, we hung out for like 4 hours. I'm sure we were both exhausted afterwards, but it was beautiful. Like, it was so fucking good for my soul. Um, Even though it was rainy and dreary, it was everything I could have asked for in a little outing. So I'm so happy for that. But like, I just think it's hilarious that I identified this thing in others and became that very thing and didn't see it. You know what I mean? Okay, let me look at my notes. Hmm. God knows what this means. Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna say what I think I was talking about here. I said, when you have different information firsthand, you move different. Because I said, is it right or wrong that they're not reaching out? And I don't think that there is a right or wrong. And I don't have to be right or wrong either. Like, I can be a human that says, kind of bugs me that people aren't talking to me more. Um, the Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say what I didn't want to say a second ago. That one friend that I talked about on Unquiet Soul, I might have brought it up here. Um, still has yet to like really check it. I've received one message from them since Jake died. The friend that I was complaining that like I was so there for them. And then today I got a message.
Quick ad break. If you're feeling stuck, disconnected, or like your spirit and mind aren't speaking the same language, Jen Taylor, LCSW, might be exactly who you're looking for. Jen is a spiritual psychotherapist who blends Reiki healing, spiritual psychotherapy, astrology, coaching, tarot, and oracle card readings to help you gain clarity, release blocks, and reconnect with your inner wisdom. Whether you're navigating emotional healing, spiritual growth, or a life transition, Jen offers intuitive guidance grounded in real therapeutic support. Learn more or book a session with Jen Taylor where healing meets insight. You can check the show notes for how to get in touch with her.
From them that was a music video for a Christian band. I did not watch the video, so I don't know what the song was. But is there a right or wrong? I don't think so because people can't know what this is. And actually, my friend that I went to lunch with, got it. I felt so seen because when I was explaining the isolated feelings, because that I'm not blaming on anyone. That's why I was like really having a hard time with it. Cause I'm like, I don't, I don't know what this is. Like, this isn't about not having enough people or whatever. It's deep. It's so deep. And the aloneness, it was like nobody on this earth knows how I feel. Even the other parents, like, who have lost children, like, why doesn't anyone understand? And why am I feeling like this? And she said, because you were Jake's only mom. There's no other Jake's mom on this planet. You're the only one who can know what it was like to carry him and to lose him. And I was like, that's exactly what this is. It's exactly what this is. And so I think that that's really normal in grief to have those isolated feelings. And so even though other moms who have lost children can sympathize, uh, that's why it doesn't quite feel like they get it. Because all of our experiences are so different too. But I think just being able to name that, like, I'm able to like move forward now in that because it was like, oh well, yeah, you're right. I'm the only Jake's mom. And I wouldn't have it any other way. What an honor to be Jake's mom. So, um, but I also think that that's why we have different communities of, like, based off the type of loss, like support groups, like parent loss, child loss, dog loss, infant loss, stillborn, and I think that's a good thing. I think we can honor the differences in our grief processes while also honoring the overall experience of loss. So, I'm going to continue to not allow myself to get too worked up about comparisons made regarding the types of loss because loss is loss and pain is pain. Uh, and so while I do feel like losing a child is the absolute fucking worst, I also know that loss is very painful and we don't have to quantify any of it, you know? Looking at my notes. I've only written one other thing, so I don't know. one of the things that I keep that pops up a lot whenever I think about Jake and just, what moving forward looks like. A lot of times I would think like, "Oh, he never got to do that." And actually, for a little 18-year-old, I'm so happy that he really lived a lot of life. I mean, some of that's because he did some really dumb, crazy ass shit. But you know what? Like, live by the sword, die by the sword, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't have to he got to graduate from high school, which was a really big deal. He almost didn't get to. Like, he got to go to the graduation. He got his first car. He lost his virginity. He had love. He experienced love. He, I don't know, like he knew true friendship. And, um, yeah, I mean, he traveled some, like he had left the state a few times. And I don't know, no, he's never gonna get married and never gonna have kids. And truly, I'm not that sad about that. I did not want the boy to have kids. I think he had a deep desire to, and unless he had waited till way later, he was gonna be the worst dad. I mean, he would have given that kid lots of love, but he had very toxic ideas around masculinity. He didn't even know how to train his damn dog. So, I'm not sad he's not gonna have kids. But he had a lot of experiences, but, it's easy to be like, "Oh, he's never gonna have that," or "We're never gonna get to do that," or "He's never gonna get to do that with us." Um, and so in trying to, cognitively reframe those things, I've tried to switch that to, I wish that we could have experienced that with him because I do believe he's with us all the time. Like, he's where he always was, just in different form. And so, I believe he's walking us through this journey. Like, I feel him so strongly right now, it's wild, but, um, fuck, give me a break, Jake, I'm trying to talk. Um, but, yeah, I feel like, he's experiencing everything with us, but I wish we were getting to experience things with him the way we used to, and that there's, hurt in that, but it's not, suffering in that versus he's never gonna get to or we're never gonna get to or whatever, and yeah, I'm gonna have those days, I'm gonna have those moments, I'm gonna have those cries, and that's okay, but, overall, when I move through it, I wanna land on, yeah, I mean, it would've been nice. It would've been nice to get I I think, um, sometimes I think about, whenever I reach the level of success that I'm working so hard to attain, it would be nice for him to get to be here in that form to to tell me he's proud of me. I feel that from him every day. So, um, I know that he is. Uh, and so, yeah, Chinese Lunar New Year is Tuesday, finally getting the fucking snake gone. Year of the Snake has taken more from me than, I could have ever imagined. And I'm ready. I'm ready to put it behind me. It's weird how I don't feel as different as I thought I would because I'm not the same person, but there are definitely key differences. Like last week when I was really struggling, I mean, I told you guys my little PTSD with Millie. Well, that was just getting worse. Like all my agitation, whatever this disconnection this week has been so peaceful. I've been in such a fucking good mood and not jumpy as much. Like I'm having a little, but not as much. So thank you, nervous system, for understanding I needed a break and just shutting the fuck down or something because it's been really nice. Very tired, but oh well. Um, yeah, I gotta start moving more, and I really need to quit saying that and just do it. I'm just retaining so much fluid everywhere. Like my face is so puffy. I'm so puffy. I'm swelling. It's not good. It's really not, but it's fine. I'll work on it. But yeah, I'm really excited. And so I'm ready to usher in it's supposed to be a very karmic time for me that all my hard work is going to pay off. And I'm ready for that shit because I deserve it. Um, I'm just really right now living like fully in like I think the whole like grief isn't a problem to be solved. I think I've started to understand that this experience in this life isn't either, and I take myself a little too fucking seriously, and it really breeds that fear that I kind of am constantly in even when I'm unaware of it, that like I'm not listening to my intuition correctly or I'm making the wrong decisions or whatever. And I feel like I transmute all of those things pretty well, but they're there far more often than maybe I need them to be. And so I'm just trying to take myself and this experience a little less seriously. Like, yes, as things arise, I'm going to have to deal with them and continue to integrate my learning. But right now, I think this is a really key part of my learning is to understand that it is what it fucking is, you know? And to, just continue to seek joy and love and to live without fear as much as humanly possible. And I think that like leaning into that and just like having a good time right now, it's really working. And I'm grateful for that. And who knows what next week's going to bring. But right now, I'm in a really happy place of just like, I have so much love, and I'm just, again, so grateful. Grateful for myself and the learning so that I am able to access all parts of like my love and my joy. And it was funny. Like I've talked about this a couple times today because it like I guess I didn't even really like fully conceptualize this until I spoke it out loud for the first time yesterday. But um my friend Lori said, "You have to talk about that on your podcast." So I said, "Okay, I will." So, okay. So I want to explain a little bit about what my belief system is for anyone not in the spiritual world who doesn't like believe in a soul's evolution, reincarnation, all the things, right? So for my particular beliefs, I was raised Christian and I deconstructed from that completely. I still held like an agnostic point of view of like, feels like there's something greater than me, but what I wouldn't know. So I started getting into astrology really like big time. And when I started to see astrology as a blueprint, more as like destiny, and not that we don't have free will, but more as like, this is your mission. These are the lessons you're trying to get out of this life so that your soul can evolve. Because that's why we keep coming back is to like the the human experience is the only way a soul can grow because a very enlightened being couldn't feel the things that we feel on such a deep level. And so I believe that we are here to evolve our soul. So, in terms of a higher power, I believe that we are all pieces of what some would call God. Some say the universe, some say source, whatever it is. Like, I don't believe this. What I believe about the Bible is that through the age of enlightenment and people who talked about the stuff I talk about, that it just got very bastardized and was created in a document to cause oppression, basically. So I don't believe that as some word of God to dictate anything. And I don't believe that there is this being that is um, in control and determines everything. I believe that there is one y- source of all of that higher power, and that we are all pieces of that, and that we are all one, and we are all interconnected. So when I talk about that, like tapped into oneness, the oneness is the fact that we are all that magical being, and that our higher self is our enlightened soul, call it soul land, whatever. I don't like, I'm not so far into the to the spiritual world that I like know all the terms and the whatever. Nor do I fucking need to. Like, I don't care. I mean, I like to learn about it and stuff, but like, I don't need to be some authority on spirituality. I have a very baseline understanding and it makes me happy. So that's where I'm at. I mean, I do like to keep learning and growing, but for now, I'm probably not like the teacher on that shit, you know? But so I believe astrology plays a part in that. I think it does give you some really key information about who you are on in this experience. And so for me, um it started to all make sense about the lessons I needed to learn and what this lifetime was meant to teach me. So that was really like a powerful force in my life, which is why like the eclipse coming on the Chinese New Year means a lot to me. And I guess I'm still a little afraid to say all these things out loud because like I know I know there was a time I would have felt very afraid to listen to somebody who talked about things like this when I was like super into my Christianity because it would have been considered like demonic or some shit. So, you know, if that's how you feel, I totally get you. I love you. I send you off in peace if you must exit. But for me, I'm much more content with the idea that I signed up for this experience versus why is God doing this to me? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? It's very much I signed up for this shit. So I believe that we pick the experience, we pick our parents, we pick our key little players in our lives, that we do have former soul connections and that we have a soul contract, and that we decided before we came to this earth that that's what we were going to do. We were going to have this experience together. And, but I believe like our soul exists at more than one place at one time. I could be that my soul could be, I mean, I haven't done enough like information seeking into this, but I kind of wonder, like, I believe that I'm in soul land as my highest self, but I'm also here. But I kind of wonder if I'm not experiencing other, I know that there's going to be people like, that's not how incarnation works, but like other lifetimes at the same time because I had weird shit like that I thought about all the time as a child that I don't think was normal for a child to be thinking about. And so I feel really like connected to other parts of me somewhere out in the universe. Anyway, that's another topic for another day. So, really don't even remember why I was talking about that, but oh, because I'm getting to what I told Lori. But so, obviously, I said to myself, I'm going to learn the most I can out of this lifetime. And I think right there I stop. And I'm so grateful that 2023 didn't take me out the way I wanted it to, or 96. Fucking Saturn in Pisces has fucked me over twice. My dad died with Saturn in Pisces at around the same degree that it was at when Jake died. So, uh, thankfully, I won't be experiencing that particular transit for another 30 years. Oh, in one of my really heavy days of grief, I was looking at the astrology charts for my mom, my dad, my grandma, and Jake, like the days that they died, in my chart for those days that they died. And so that was a piece that I put together and some other like squares that I saw. I was like, ooh. Bleh. But yeah, so I do believe that. I believe that we picked this experience. And I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that at like 5 I hear this story of King Solomon and have deep burning desire for wisdom and to spread a certain message, and how that's deepened within my mission and purpose throughout my entire life. And then to all of a sudden have this spiritual awakening and understand those words in a completely different way that I do now. So, like, I really, for whatever, I don't, sometimes I wonder if this is like one of my last lives and that's why I'm trying to accomplish so much or what. But, and then I was like, "Ooh, you're so right," 'cause when I told Lori, like, "I'm trying to get as much as I can to just make the bullshit worth it," she was like, "Ooh, girl, careful what you ask for," and I was like, "Oh my god, you're so right." Like, I don't know, maybe I'm okay with just, like, no more learning right now? No more evolving, no more enlightenment? I don't know. Do want a break. Let me hey, whoever's listening, I want a little break. I'm ready for, like, some good shit, 'kay? So, anyway, what I told her, and this is so true, is that, like, as much as, feeling seen in my humanness and feeling heard and validated is, like, kinda my biggest needs and the key to my heart, that is not what I live for anymore. Truly, I envision the day that, my soul transitions to soul land and I'm doing a life review. My understanding of a life review is that you see, like, the way you made people feel, and when I have that experience, I'm so serious. I want all my little soul people to be like, "You did it, girl. You did it. We're so proud of you." I want my highest self to be so proud of me and be like, "Yes, yes, you did it." Because otherwise, fuck all this shit. You know what I mean? And it really does help me. So, I want her, they, them, whoever, to be proud of me. I want Jake to be proud of me. I want, whoever he was in all my former lives, like, whatever this soul contract is that we have, I want his soul, and I know that version of him is already so proud of me because all the things that he couldn't understand about me on this earth, I know he sees now and he understands it in the most intimate of ways. And he is cheering for me so fucking loudly. I know that. I know that it's my higher self that's gotten me through so many times, very quietly said, just one more step, or very loudly said, get the fuck up. Whatever way my higher self has needed to come through, I know that to be my truth. So I know that I know my higher self is already so proud of me, and I, in this human experience, am so proud of me, and really just celebrating that I'm doing the damn thing, you know? So that's where I'm at. Um, but I do chuckle about the idea that it means so much to me for my little soul land, my soul land gives me like a standing ovation, and there's like music, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah, girl, you made it, you fucking made it. So anyway, that's what gets me through the tough times. I don't know about you, but that's what we're doing. Um, but I guess overall, yeah, it's been a weird little time. I'm very much looking forward to the future. Uh, it's been 2 months, and yesterday marked 30 years since my dad died and 11 since my grandma died. So it's all very bizarre, and yeah, I really signed up for some shit, and I do kind of hope this is my last life. Like, my poor sweet soul needs a fucking break. Like, please don't make me do this again anytime soon, I think. 'Cause damn, imagine how tired we are. No, I'm just kidding. Have you heard that sound on TikTok? Anyway, okay. Well, now I'm gonna just, you know, babble. But thank you for being here. I love you. It means a great deal to me for people who listen and watch and respond even. I really am so grateful. And this show, I will continue to say, is my heart and soul. I'm so grateful that I took the leap to do this because I would never have gotten as far as I have without it. Um, yeah, I'm really, really grateful. And I am so much in love with every single person who takes the time to listen, watch one episode, or we're getting really close to 300. I need to see where we're at on that. But I'm grateful, truly. If you want to continue to support me, please subscribe to the Patreon. There's a $3 level for just like, hey, just here to support. There's a $5 level after the $5, like from 5, 10, and 30. You get ad-free early episodes. The $3 literally is just like a, hey, you don't get any benefit for it except for that you're supporting the show. You become a quote unquote friend of the show. I will shout you out. Right now we've got Lori, we've got Angela, we've got Jen, and I need to look that up. Shit. It's been a while since I've looked at my subscribers, but I'm so sorry. I will remember to look up the list and give everyone a shout out because I need to be doing that anyway. But yeah, so the $5 level gets you early access. Sometimes it's not more than a couple.
In a world where judgment quietly shapes how we see ourselves, therapist and author Jen Taylor, LCSW, invites us into something gentler. With over 25 years as a New York-based spiritual psychotherapist, Jen blends psychology, spirituality, and astrology to help women, teens, and LGBTQIA+ individuals find their way back to self-worth. In Volume 7 of the Letters to Myself, Jen explores how self-judgment becomes our harshest critic and how compassion can become our greatest healer. And for families navigating loss, her children's book, Melvin and His Magical Star, offers a tender story about grief, love, and the truth that love never disappears. Find hope, healing, and gentle guidance with Jen Taylor. I will have links for her in the show notes.
Hours before it airs regularly, but it is early. And then the $10 gets you access to whatever resources I put out. It's been the workbooks. Shit, I need to do that. But if I'm going to start putting out some courses on my Patreon too. So the $10 level will get you that too. The $30 really was designed for if you are a single owner, operator business and you want to advertise on my show. That's a really good advertising option. So that's why that is there. But, if you want to support, it's a really easy way to do that, and I would greatly appreciate it. You can buy the workbooks on them on their own, but it's cheaper to do it through the Patreon. So anyway, that's it for me today. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll just keep doing the damn thing.
Hey, make sure you've given the show a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening to if you haven't already. And check out my website, empoweredwithmelisahepner.org, or my link tree on Instagram at melissa.hepner to check out my latest offers or workshops. All right, that's it from me. So make sure that you check out the show notes for links. And until next time, let's all just keep swimming.
INDEPE and cut.